On Thursday, Will Smith became the biggest Hollywood star to say he wasn't attending the Academy Awards because of the lack of minority nominees. Conservative response to the whole Oscars so white thing has ranged from the sneering to the indifferent to some kind of utterly bizarre comparison between the BET Awards and the Oscars that I just don't understand. But let me suggest that in reality, conservatives should be empathetic to what black filmmakers are saying. Why? Because they make similar arguments. How often do conservatives talk about being underserved and overlooked by Hollywood? How often do conservatives complain that movies they like, Lone Survivor, American Sniper, 13 Hours, don't get enough recognition from the Academy? Don't conservatives say, I'm not watching the Oscars because the movies that get nominated don't represent me? And don't conservatives argue that the Oscars aren't even the real problem, that the real problem is the people who run the studios being liberal and making liberal movies? Well, substitute white for liberal, and that's pretty much exactly what Spike Lee said earlier this week. Sure, conservatives can argue correctly that ideology and race are two different things. And black people can argue correctly that the legacy of blackface, step and fetch it, and decades of being typecast as drug dealers, gangsters, etc. raises their issue to a whole other level. But ultimately it comes down to the same thing. There's a sameness to many of the people who make movies, ethnically and ideologically. And if that doesn't change, nothing else will.
Andy